Ashleigh Merchant, I like to call her the Merchant of Death, if you know what I'm saying. Ashleigh Merchant is out here doing God's work, and she is blowing the doors off of this. Shut your mouth. What you say? Shut your mouth. Ashleigh is over here doing the Lord's work. She is exposing everything at these Senate hearings, and she's providing the receipts to go along with it. Check it out.
But the other thing that I was talking about, so this is the CellHawk report, and heat map is just like how many times it's pinging, heavy concentration is, you're talking a lot at this time, or you're at that location a lot. There's a lot of usage. The other thing I was talking about, just to make sure it's clear, so that's CellHawk. Cellbrite is a different program. Cellbrite, and it's Cellebrite. Cellbrite is a program similar to CellHawk, but it downloads data in the phone. So like this one is you pinging off of towers. It's geolocation.
It's showing where you were
exactly
at a certain time.
Cellbrite actually can get your texts, your pictures, your app usage, all of that stuff. So it's one of those things that if you want, if a defendant is threatening someone by text and they delete it, they'll take their phone and hook it up to Cellbrite. Cellbrite it makes what's called a forensic copy of the phone, but you can also limit the data. So it's a very expensive program. So not a lot of people have it. So when I have my clients use it, it costs a lot of money for them to have it done. But the DA's office has it. They have the software. They pay for it. You can find that in their open checkbook. The city of Atlanta police have it as well. But what you can do is you can copy cell phone. So what I had mentioned earlier is
you have to have the cell phone to do that?
You do. You have to have the cell phone.
So what, did Mr. Bradley give you all his cell phone? Or
No.
how'd you get Mr. Wade's cell phone?
So we did not get that data from Mr. Wade. So we only got the geolocation data from Mr. Wade. I do not have the power to get the text messages. I don't have that power. I would have to have a search warrant. The state's the only one that has the power to actually get someone's text messages out of their phone. But my whole point in saying that was if I had been accused of having an affair and it didn't start, and I said it started in April and someone else said it started in November, they have the ability. I don't have the ability. They have the ability to plug that phone into the Cellbrite and print out a report that shows all of the texts.
So
let me tell you something. In order for you to be able to get this level of information based off of what she's saying, you got to have some moles. You got to have some snitches. You got to have some people that is working in the inside for you. Now, we already know Terrence Bradley was absolutely weak for the box. This is why you need strong women on your team. This is why you need strong women. Okay, two things that I'm taking from this right now, because she is telling all of the information, how she got it, where she got it from, who she getting it from, and all of the moles and everybody that was trying to get some box. All right? The first thing that I was thinking when I was watching this is I'm about to throw away every phone that I'd ever had in my entire life. I'm about to start moving like the wire out in these joints. Yeah. Listen, you can have these iPhones. I'm about to go and get me a flip phone. A burner flip phone. Yes, I am. You're going to be texting me and I'm going to be like, who this woman? Hobbo, you know who this woman is? I know y'all think that everything that y'all doing is being hidden, but nope. Not only are they triangulating your positions based off of the cell tower usage, boy, they can pull up everything that you thought that you deleted. You thought that you hid it away from your girl. You ain't hold it away from them. For sure.
Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis, had they wanted to disprove your allegations, could have just used that Cellbrite program, and it would have shown no communications between them.
Yes, and it would have also showed the contents of the text. If the texts are romantic, if they're not romantic, if they're friendly, and they would control the data. So if there's something that was privileged, they could redact it. If there was something that if they wanted to only limit it to we want to prove that we weren't talking romantically in November, they could limit it. So
they could have actually pulled up the text itself to say, hey, I need you to help me work on this case, or else, hey, I need you to meet me at the Love Nest.
Yes, 100%. Yes. I don't have that ability. So I don't have the ability to get a search warrant and get that data. All I have the ability to do is get that geofencing.
Well, who found out about these 12,000 texts and calls and all that kind of stuff.
That is what I was able to get by subpoena. So I was able to get the geolocation data by subpoena. What I can't get is what's inside of the phone. I can't get the texts inside the phone.
The word.
She don't want to tell you how she got it. Dang, man, y'all trying to give her to give up all of her sources. You got to keep something for the ladies.
In the text.
Exactly.
But you were able to find out that they were texting each other
yeah.
prior to November 1st of 21.
Yes.
How did you find that data? Is that anything you've produced to us?
That is, so the CellHawk data actually analyzes that. So you can see, and we just summarized 2021. So approximately 12,000 interactions, that's voice and texts for the year of 2021. And again, remember, 2021, he didn't get the contract until November of that year. So most of 2021, he's not under contract. Over 2,000 voice calls, almost 10,000 text messages.
How did they explain that? Did you confront? We're not privy to what all came out in evidence at the hearings that you've had. Did you get either one of them to say, that's not true, we didn't really talk 12,000 times? Or
No, what they did was they filed an affidavit saying that geolocation data is not always reliable.
Okay.
How is it not always reliable? Yet they use that same information and data in order to continue to prosecute other people. So it's not reliable for you, but it's reliable for the people that you prosecute? Come on, family. So all of a sudden, geolocation data isn't always reliable. Okay, well, what is the data that's not reliable? What does it do? What's the non-reliable data? How does that play out? Come on. Stop it.
Does that apply to Cellbrite data, though?
No, it doesn't. And it was ironic because I have a number of cases. I mean, almost every murder case I've had in the last decade has had geolocation data.
Used by the prosecution against the defendant, right?
They use CellHawk data.
So every single case that you've had, prosecuted, defended, was all 100% based off of this same data that they're then saying that they can't use against them, but they can use it against other people. Listen, if I was a person that had been prosecuted by this administration, by the Fani Willis, Nathan Wades, and all of these people, I would be watching this intensely, and I would be like, hey, listen. They said that this information ain't reliable. How y'all get them to prosecute us with it, but y'all wasn't able to make sure that they hold themselves accountable as a result of it? Because you can't throw me in jail. If it's somehow, some way it's all of a sudden not always reliable, then how come you use it to prosecute me? Kayla said it's for the criminals. I know who the criminals are. It's Fani Wade. It's all of them people. It's Wade, Willis, Nathan, Fani, all of the first names and last names. They all got first names as last names. What you talking about, Willis? Fani got two first names, Fani and Willis. Nathan got two first names, Nathan and Wade. I don't trust people with two first names. I don't trust people that got two first names. I don't. Listen. I don't trust people that got two first names at all. Y'all trust people with two first names? Quinn said Nathan is not a criminal. He just wanted some Gorilla Grip. So how do you explain the amount of money that he got paid as a result of getting that Gorilla Grip? That's what makes it criminal. This is what makes it criminal. It's the taxpayers' dollars. They paying themselves to go and frolic on vacation, bust it down, and then be able to influence an election. That's what makes it criminal.
I mean, literally, they're using this right now. So our investigator actually analyzed the same. There's a trial going on. It's called the YSL trial. There's this same data being used in that trial, and our investigator actually analyzed it for them in that case. So, I mean.
For them, you mean for the Fulton County DA's office?
Quinn said he's just doing his job. So he doing the job that he wasn't qualified to do because he's never actually prosecuted that type of case before. But it's the first time, and it's the biggest case in Georgia history. Okay. All right. I got you. He's qualified.
So on this case, these RICO cases that you're involved in, one of them, there are other special counsel in addition to Mr. Wade?
Yes. So there's two other, on this case particularly, there's a lady named Anna Cross and a gentleman named John Floyd. And John Floyd has worked with the DA's office for many years. I actually was involved in another RICO case year before this one, which luckily my client resolved his case, so I'm no longer involved in. But that case, John Floyd had also helped craft the indictment. And, he's sort of known as a go-to person for racketeering cases, so the district attorney would regularly call on him to help in drafting indictment. Anytime we would file what's called a demur, which is a motion to quash an indictment, he would usually be the one that came and argued it. And then Anna Cross was also hired, and she really focused on the work in federal court. And both of those sort of make sense to me because Fulton County prosecutors they're not necessarily barred in federal court. It's not something that would be required for your job. When I was a public defender in Fulton County, I wasn't barred in federal court. I had no need to. I wouldn't have paid the dues, wouldn't have done that. So it's not something that would be required for their job, but Ms. Cross is experienced in that. So she was hired sort of as a subject matter expert to litigate some of the federal removal issues in this case.
Did those two individuals have contracts with the DA's office as well?
They have had contracts historically. They do not currently have contracts. Yeah. It's very odd.
Did you review their billings?
I did. I reviewed their billings. Stark contrast. So Mr. Floyd, for example, he was only paid at a rate of $150 an hour. And
Same case.
Same case. And he
more experienced and expertise in RICO cases.
I mean, everybody would agree. I think that John Floyd is one of the preeminent experts on RICO. Yeah. I believe he testified in front of the Georgia legislature when RICO was passed.
Did he have to submit itemized invoices?
He did, and his were very different. His were significantly reduced, and the big difference was he billed for the time that he was working on the case, not necessarily like 8 hours for team meetings and
things
things like that.
He have itemized billings?
Very much so,
and
yes.
What increments did he bill in?
I might have some of his contracts with me, but it was either 10 or 15 minute increments. Okay. And so did Anna Cross. Now, Anna Cross was paid $250 an hour. Anna Cross is very well-known, very experienced appellate, federal lawyer, does a lot of complex litigation. She was a DA for many years, handled a lot of high-profile cases for the district attorney's office. I mean, I know her back from when, we did death penalty work in Cobb County together 15 years ago. And then she went to DeKalb County and prosecuted a number of high-profile cases there, but just very well-known. And her bills were also submitted, but they were the same rate. They were $250 an hour, but they were much lower bills, not anywhere near the bills that Mr. Wade did.
Do you know how much Anna Cross has received during the course of this criminal prosecutions or
I'm not sure.
Investigations?
I might. Let's see.
Okay. You said Mr. Wade had about $700,000 so far?
Yeah. Oh, Miss Cross was under $100,000, I believe.
So if she's under $100,000, what about Mr. Floyd?
Mr. Floyd, much lower, even lower than Anna Cross. He has not billed in a while, so I've subpoenaed, or not subpoenaed, I did subpoena, but I also did open records for all of his bills. We've not been provided anything recently from him, so I'm not sure if he actually did bill, because his contract said you have to submit the bill within a certain amount of time. So I'm not really sure. They stopped responding to my open records requests, but when they did respond, they were very, very limited, very small bills.
Okay. And your open records request was to whom? The Fulton County government, the commission, or the DA's office?
I did them to all of them, and once especially that they stopped responding to them. So they have a portal, and if you go to the DA's office and you click open records, it takes you to the Fulton County portal. So if you try to submit it to the DA's office, it necessarily goes to a portal for the entire county. So you have to submit it through those. So that's where I would submit it. You can designate, I think this is the DA, I think this is budget, things like that. So I would be over-inclusive just to make sure that I wasn't missing somebody. But every single time they would route it to the DA's office. So I would get a response that said it's been routed to the DA's office and, we're waiting on the response. There were one or two that I got from the county that didn't appear to be routed to the DA's office.
So basically what she's saying is these two lawyers, the woman and the man, one of the guys, the man, actually is the foremost expert on RICO cases in general. The woman is highly experienced and continuing to do this work and prosecuting, so on and so forth, right? Significantly lower bills. Woman was under 100,000. The other guy under 100, even lower than her. But Nathan Wade made 700 bands. Jesus Christ. I guess that's all a coincidence also, right? So Nathan Wade, that had literally no experience, zero, nada, zilch, prosecuting these type of cases or doing this type of work. I mean zero. And when I say zero, I mean none. Zero, zilch, nada. Had no experience working these type of cases. Lied about being in a relationship and busting it open and spending late nights over at their crib. But yet he got paid the equivalent or more than 7 to 8 times more than the people that were actually experts on the case. And he was billing at some point even in 24-hour increments. Wow. Wow. He said, I'm a high value man. I'm a high value man. Good God. Listen, everybody knows. Well, maybe everybody doesn't know, but let me give you a little bit of insight. When things are so disproportionate, right? If you make $1 million and the next person that's actually better than you is only making 80 bands, that's an instant red flag as far as the expense reports. Hey, wait. What's going on? We pay $750, $750,000 to this person in one shot? Wait, how did that work? Oh, wait. Hold on. You telling me that they both taking trips at the same time? You know where all of this started? Ain't this crazy? All of this started from an ex-wife. An ex-wife. A bitter baby mama said, all right, let me get this steam ball rolling. Now we all the way up and we having conversations about the vice president of the United States of America. It started with one dispute. One woman. And now we talking about a conspiracy to influence whether or not you can even vote for a president. We all the way up to the vice president of the United States of America. We got geolocation information, fencing data, text messages, Open Records Act, expense reports, Caribbean cruises, Belize, money's going everywhere. Black men trying to have sex with white women. Atlanta mayor busting it open. Secret meetings at the White House. Ooh, wait. I don't think we done, y'all. I don't think that this is going away no time soon. This is the story of the year. And I am going to be right here giving you guys a breakdown from a C student's perspective of what it is that you guys are looking at.
And so who's refusing to produce these records to you?
The letter came from...
What's so funny about that, Christy? Christy said, black people can't be racist. We don't have the power. I heard that argument a whole lot of times. And isn't that interesting? Because even in 2024, I've recently had somebody that come up on my platform and they said, Anton, black people can't be racist. I said, why not? They said, in order to be racist, you got to have the power to influence what happens to somebody else. So that means that black people can't be racist. I mean, for God's sakes, you got 4 black people talking in the White House for 5 hours, according to whatever it is that this woman is alleging. You got 4 black people that is talking. I mean, some of the highest, most appointed, decorated positions in the land. Wade, Fani, Atlanta mayor, Kamala Harris, who's also an AKA. And they all getting paid off of taxpayer dollars to do it. They ain't even got to produce nothing. All they got to do is continue to get that money. They taking trips, busting it down for a real one. They got access to the most powerful people in the country. Wow. This is incredible. This is incredible. We got to whisper. We got to whisper. Hey, little mama, let me do your dance. Wait till you see mom. Shh. Wait till you see mom. Like, dear. Boom. Boom. Dears. Wait till you see my. Ooh. Wait till you see my. We gotta whisper because we don't want nobody to hear what we talking about. Because if they hear what we talking about, we can get in trouble. So if we whisper. I'm sorry, not Fani. Cam is an AKA. We gotta whisper so that we can make sure that the people don't see us. And if we whisper, then that means that we can get away with what we talking about. Because then they're not going to be able to say that we said what we said when we said it. Wait till you see my, ooh. Wait till you see my, like this.
Extra bonds at the DA's office.
And
Extra
that's
bond.
why you filed a lawsuit against the DA's office to force them to comply with open records.
Yes.
Okay, that's still pending?
It is still pending.
Fulton County Superior Court?
It's Fulton County Superior Court. It's assigned to Judge Krause, I believe, and the county attorney contacted us and says they're going to be responding. So the county attorney is actually defending that lawsuit.
Right. And so they're telling you they're going to respond to the case or respond to the request now? You're waiting to
I believe
see.
the case. I haven't received any documents, so.
Fairly recent filing you filed there, or that lawsuit?
Yeah, so we filed it in January, and then they had a little shutdown in Fulton County where nothing was able to be file stamped. Our process server couldn't serve it until it was file stamped, and the Odyssey, the e-file system in Fulton County was hacked, and so it was shut down for a while. So it took us a little bit of time to get a file stamped copy back, but it's now been served. But it was filed on January 30th.
What up, sweetie?
Of 2024.
2024. Okay. And I have a copy, which...
I don't have that.
I
If you would provide us with
Happy
that,
to.
then we'll give it to the Secretary of the Senate as a supplemental response to the
Fani is an
subpoena.
I'm happy
AKA
to.
too?
This is a clean copy.
Okay.
Yes, so you all can...
So what's the relevance
this.
to you? Why did you seek these billing records of these attorneys?
I wanted to compare the different billing, the different styles of billing. Also, there had been an allegation that I was singling out Mr. Wade, and so I thought it was relevant to see the rates that the other attorneys were paid, their billing, what type of billing, if they
when
billed
there
for
were
every...
allegations that they said that you were singling them out because there was a black woman named Fani Willis that was on a church pulpit. You know, you churches need to be... Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Not all black churches, but the black churches that actually sit out there and they gave her an award and they let her get on the pulpit and they let her disrespect Martin Luther King Day. And she got up there and she ran in the Victim Olympics, but we not going to sit here and have no conversation about that. Who was the pastor of that church? Let me do it. Hey, somebody find out who the pastor of these churches are that's over here having this woman up here saying what she's saying on the pulpit on God's Day. On God's Day. God's Day. Hey, on the low, let me get off of this. I don't care about this no more. We all gonna be covering this for the whole rest of the year. Don't worry, we be on it. On the low, hey, AKA's been taking L's all year. I ain't even gonna cap. Listen, it's well over 2,500 people watching this on multiple different platforms live. Let me say this. AKAs have been taking L's all year long. All year long. I mean, from the chick that was down there in Mississippi. Was it Mississippi or was it Alabama? She was an AKA. The chick that said that she seen that white baby on the side of the road and then they kidnapped her. Y'all know that she was an AKA? Yeah, she was an AKA. It's been AKAs taking L's for like 3 years straight. Real talk. Fani Willis is an AKA. Kamala Harris is an AKA. And they keep frolicking and crisscrossing the country and flying everywhere and tearing people's lives up. Hey, shout out to the AKAs. What's the noise y'all make? Was that it? Did I do it wrong? Oh, don't worry about it. I know that y'all like AKA. I know that y'all like Carly Russell. That's her name. AKA's not going to like this one. I don't care. I don't care. What y'all think that y'all... Oh, shout out to your car. Thank you, my friend. What y'all think that y'all above reproach? Y'all think that y'all above reproach? Keep making each other pay these high dues for these cults that y'all in? Ooh. Ooh. Skewy. For these cults that y'all in? But you don't think that I go for your whole organization? I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Oh, wait, I'm just getting started. Yeah. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. That's correct, Crystal Lee. You said it. True Christians cannot pledge to sororities or fraternities. I haven't even said. I ain't said. Maybe we say that one for after hours. Maybe we say that for after hours. Tony Nichols says, "Oh, Anton, you better leave the divine nine alone." Yeah. I don't have no strings on me. I don't have listen, nothing and nobody can control me. Nothing and nobody can control me. None of them. I'm bound by God, not by man. I'm bound by God, not by man. I don't care nothing about you or your organization or who started it or why you continue to support it and why you continue to be a part of it. If I see something wrong, I'm going to call it for what it is. Now, we can have that conversation. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me just like everybody else. Anton Daniels 413 at email 413@gmail.com. But let me help you to understand something. I have no strings on me. Nothing. That's what makes me dangerous, is because I'm already rich. Only person I answer to is God. And actually, I don't even answer to God. I go through Jesus in order to be able to get to God. That's it. That's the only person that has control on me. If God don't tell me to slow down, then what am I supposed to do? All I can do is do what I'm going to do. I have no strings on me. Don't worry about it. We got some more that we're going to get to.